China's newest and most advanced aircraft carrier, the Fujian, has just reached a major milestone. Its first live-force maritime training with a full formation at sea. This isn't another test. This is the moment Fujian begins operating as a complete, functioning carrier group. In this video, we'll break down exactly what happened during this high-level training, what it reveals about Fujian's real operational progress, and why experts see this as one of the most meaningful updates in China's modern naval development. The first major point to understand about this milestone is that the Fujian didn't train alone. According to the official announcement from the PLA Navy, the carrier headed to sea alongside multiple accompanying ships, including Yan'an and Tongliao, forming a full maritime formation for the first time since Fujian entered service. This marks the carrier's transition from isolated system testing into coordinated at-sea operations where every ship, aircraft, and supporting unit must work as one functioning ecosystem. During this live-force training, the formation conducted multi-subject maritime operations, and each component gave us an important clue about Fujian's growing capabilities. One key part of the exercise was formation navigation, an essential element in which several vessels move in carefully controlled patterns to maintain distance, alignment, and communication under real-world sea conditions. The ability to hold formation consistently shows coordination between ship crews, navigation systems, and command teams working behind the scenes. Another major training task involved a joint ship aircraft search and rescue exercise. This indicates that the Fujian formation is already practicing the kind of emergency response scenarios that carrier groups must be able to execute at any moment. In these scenarios, timing, coordination, and precise communication between the flight deck, airborne assets, and surface ships are essential. By practicing such scenarios at sea, the Fujian formation demonstrated that it is refining its command procedures and developing the necessary workflows for full-scale integrated operations. One of the headline-worthy elements of this mission was the confirmation that carrier-based aircraft takeoffs and landings were conducted. This matters because it shows that Fujian is now moving toward the stage where its flight operations are no longer isolated demonstrations. Instead, they are becoming part of an integrated carrier group rhythm. The aircraft that operate from Fujian must be able to launch, land, refuel, communicate with escort ships, and carry out tasks seamlessly within the formation. This training proves those links are being established. This mission also marks Fujian's first official training event since commissioning that involved multiple ships and coordinated air activities under the umbrella of the formation's command structure. Now that Fujian has completed this phase, it has entered a new era of training where future missions will likely involve increasingly complex operations, more aircraft coordination, and the early building blocks of continuous blue water deployment activity. This section makes it clear, Fujian's first live-force maritime training wasn't symbolic. It's a real operational step that shows China is shaping a fully integrated carrier formation around its most advanced vessel. The transition from isolated testing to a coordinated carrier formation at sea reveals an important evolution in the Fujian's readiness timeline. The Fujian is not just another carrier. It's China's first to use electromagnetic catapult launch technology, a system that allows more efficient launches of heavier aircraft. The shift to full formation training means critical ship, propulsion, electromagnetic, and control systems have advanced far enough to support synchronized operations. One major insight from this milestone is Fujian's pace of development. Previous Chinese carriers, such as Liaoning and Shandong, took longer before entering formation-based training involving aircraft and escort ships. The Fujian, however, is already performing these tasks shortly after commissioning, indicating that China has increased confidence in its ability to manage next-generation carrier systems. This faster progression suggests a structured roadmap behind Fujian's development, one designed to reach operational capability sooner than many observers expected. Live-force maritime training also suggests a growing maturity in Fujian's flight deck operations, because takeoffs and landings in a coordinated formation require stable deck systems, reliable catapult performance, and integrated command and control between pilots and ship crews. These elements are not isolated. Their reliability is tested under sea conditions, and Fujian's ability to include these operations in a formation exercise reveals that these systems are reaching dependable performance levels. Beyond aircraft integration, this training displays Fujian's ability to synchronize with escort vessels under real-world conditions. Carrier formations operate as shared platforms where every ship contributes to the group's situational awareness. The fact that Fujian's formation navigated, communicated, and carried out mission procedures together shows that the core links between ship-to-ship and ship-to-aircraft systems are being validated. Another clear indicator of readiness is the inclusion of joint search and rescue operations. These are among the most coordination-intensive tasks in maritime training. Conducting them successfully signals that Fujian's command team can manage multi-unit logistics, timing, and communication. The most important takeaway from this phase is that Fujian is now entering a stage that typically leads to future training, such as nighttime operations, longer duration deployments, and larger integrated drills with additional aircraft types. While each new step will require further validation, the successful completion of this first formation training signals that Fujian is firmly advancing toward a level of operational maturity where its role in China's future carrier program becomes increasingly clear. This development also positions Fujian as the foundation for China's next generation of carriers. With each new carrier, China aims to improve deck size, electrical output, aircraft launch efficiency, and overall integration speed. Fujian is the prototype for this new generation, one built from the ground up using modern systems rather than retrofitted or adapted designs. The smooth progression into formation training shows that China is refining the processes needed to accelerate the construction and training of future carriers. There's also a clear strategic meaning behind this timing. Over the last decade, China has shifted from focusing on coastal maritime capability to building a modern, outward-looking fleet that can sustain long-range presence, participate in international missions, and maintain a consistent role in open ocean operations. A carrier formation built around a ship like the Fujian allows China to participate in more global maritime activities, whether for scientific, humanitarian, or logistical roles. Most importantly, Fujian's successful integration into its first formation signifies the beginning of a new operational era. Each future milestone, full air wing deployment, expanded training areas, and longer multi-ship missions, will not only elevate Fujian's role, but shape the direction of China's overall carrier program. The momentum created by this first training mission shows that China is preparing to operate its carriers in a more modern, flexible, and globally oriented way. Fujian's first Live Force maritime training marks a turning point in China's carrier development, proving the ship is moving from testing to true formation operations. With coordinated navigation, integrated aircraft activity, and multi-ship teamwork now underway, the Fujian is entering a new stage of readiness that will shape China's future carrier strategy. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you there.